have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. Exalted. And every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight.
The voter empowerment program across the nation for the NAACP was kicked off at several Martin King birthday celebrations this year in several states throughout America. NAACP branches sponsor activities that remember the work of Martin King and celebrate his birthday. They either sponsor them or they co-sponsor them and do it in conjunction with other groups in the community. In many of those instances, the Martin King activity serves as the focal point for kicking off our 2000 voter registration campaigns. And so you saw floats and parades and young people involved. The intent was to energize the community. The intent was to get young people involved and interested in voter participation and to reach out to them wherever we have to reach out to them. But to let them know that in many of those floats you saw from the NAACP had a picture of Dr. King and Julian Bond in a ballot box. You saw pictures of our president on a float here, a wax figure actually of our president on a float in Baltimore. But there were several other wax figures of W.E.B. Du Bois, of James Weldon Johnson, of other NAACP personalities on floats all over the country, encouraging people to vote and talking about the importance of voter participation.
There are still millions, close to 8 million African Americans in this nation today that are not registered to vote. So anytime I see George and Ronald and the NAACP and President Carter and all these people getting together to do voter registration campaigns, I know they're carrying on God's work, but they're also carrying on the work of Martin King. If Martin King were here today, he'd have a registration table set up out there just like the NAACP has set up outside the door.
All across the nation, these events took place. Thousands of African Americans and other people were registered to vote in the parades themselves as people moved throughout the crowd, encouraging people to register and vote. Several hundred NAACP memberships were solicited during that period of time. One of the larger demonstrations, parades took place in San Antonio, Texas. In that city, Tom Joyner, who is one of our partners in our voter empowerment program, was the marshal of that parade and came out and helped energize the crowd. And we were very pleased to join him there to help make that a success. We've asked each of our state conferences to do, our statewide organizations, to look at what's happening in their state on the whole issue of voter disenfranchisement or voter reenfranchisement, to look at those statistics and how they impact black voters, to educate the community on those issues and those conditions, to realize that how they impact black voters in their state, and then to look at state legislation and to challenge elected officials at the state and local level to do something about it. We are identifying a certain number of young people in each of the states where we are operating our voter empowerment program. They will serve as fellows working in the NAACP in their community. They will be doing door-to-door registration. They will be facilitating town hall meetings. They will be doing leafleting. They will be driving people to the polls. They will be doing analysis of voting programs. They will learn how campaigns for voter registration take place, how do you develop them, how do you implement get out the vote activities. We will give them a wide range of experiences, including visiting our national convention, participating in our annual legislative mobilization conference that takes place in Washington. They will be expected to participate in NAACP state and regional conventions in their area. And so it will be a wealth of experience that we think young people can really grow from.
My name is Kenneth.
I'm Antoine Tanner.
My name is Tatari.
When I turned 18, one of the coolest things I did was register to vote.
Because I know that countless people gave their lives so I can exercise that right to do so.
How about you?
Are you registered?
Do you vote?
Register now.
Believe me.
Everyone's vote matters.
So get out there and vote.
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 Join me.
Join me.
Join me.
And help me shape our future.
So do that.
Brought to you by the NAACP's Voter Empowerment Project. Call the number on your screen for further information.
Unless the bridges that we've built in Dr. King's honor are bridges of love and understanding and goodwill, the truth is they will fall under their own weight. Unless the streets and the highways that we've named for him lead us to larger vistas of peace and brotherhood and sisterhood, they then in fact lead us nowhere. Someone said, unless the schools that we've named for him teach us and teach children how to love and to live and not merely just how to make a living, they become little more than the battlefield for the frustrated and the confused. And the truth is, unless those of us who pause periodically on January the 15th and periodically throughout the year to honor his birth and his life, unless we leave with a greater determination to make real the promises of democracy throughout this world, then it's little more than blaspheming. The truth of the matter is that it requires more than just coming together once a year to sing, "We shall overcome," and lift every voice and sing, and to feel good that we gathered with our brothers and sisters from throughout the community. We need to gather every first Tuesday at the NAACP branch meeting, or whenever the meeting is, to plot strategies and to work on the activities that King would be working on, or that Roy Wilkins would be working on, or that A. Philip Randolph would be working on, or that Whitney Young would be working on, should they be alive. And so it's almost, as I said earlier, blaspheming to come together and, oh, how much I love Martin King and how much I believe in those people who are dead and gone, and we are not willing to carry forth their mission on our own.
It's up to you to vote. It's up to you to vote. What's up, y'all? Make some noise. It's up to you to vote.